Okay, it is Thursday, March 21st at 10:26 a.m. I'm in the Company A interview room. I am with Representative Attorney Stuart Sears, along with Special Agent Terry Schmickey, and I am with, what is your first name?
Tyler.
Tyler, can you give me your middle initial?
S.
Last name?
Cowart, C-O-W-A-R-T as in Tom.
All right. What's your date of birth? What's a good address for you?
425 West Capitol, Little Rock.
Good tool. Sweet.
775.
What's a good telephone? What is your occupation and employer?
I guess employer is Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and I'm a special agent with ATF.
How long have you been with the ATF?
I've been employed since January of 2017.
Did you have any prior law before this?
I went through Kansas City Police Department's academy, graduated, quit on the day after graduation due to going to the ATF Academy 4 days later.
How long were you with Kansas or the police department?
I went through their whole training cycle. I think it was 6.5 months.
Oh, so 6 months too.
Yeah. During that Kansas City Police Department's academy, ATF called and offered me a spot, and that's when I told them, hey, I'm leaving, and they gave me the opportunity to stay and graduate. So,
how much education have you had?
I've got a bachelor's in criminal justice from Missouri Western State University.
Okay. So I may go out of order a little bit, but just go ahead. Let's go back to 3/19, Tuesday, 3/19. Tell me what. I'm gonna try not to interrupt you, but go through the whole gamut of your ops plan, why you were there, where y'all went to, give me times if you can. Who was with you, or how many's on the team if you don't know everybody. Just go through the whole thing, and when y'all entered the residence, how you entered the residence, what you observed, what you did, what you heard, commands, all that good stuff.
Okay. Tuesday morning, we were to meet at the Walmart parking lot off of Cantrell and Chenal at 5:30 to go over our op plan and brief team assignments and everything. So from there, we got our team assignments. I was going to be number 4 in the stack, and I also had the Halligan tool, which is a metal pick type tool. About 5:55-ish, we got in our vehicles. We all decided to drive, that way we could all park and leave as soon as the search warrant was done. So we were all in our own vehicles. We left the Walmart parking lot around 5:55 or so, and then we started to go to the address of the search warrant, all just in a line. We were going to get there a little early, so we pulled over in another parking lot. I think it was a community pool or something right outside of the neighborhood. I remember looking at my watch, and at 6:01 or 6:02, we left that pool parking lot, and then we were headed to the target address. I can't remember the address where we were going to. When we got to the address, we all parked our cars. I pulled somewhat close to, just out of the way, but in the cul-de-sac, somewhat close to the house. Got my rifle. Somebody else brought up the Halligan for me, just because I was going to be number 4 in the stack. I didn't want to have it. I didn't plan on using the Halligan. I figured he'd come to the door. We all start walking up, getting lined up, and Tim, the team leader, goes. Team leader calls the initiate. When Tim says that, the lights and sirens from the marked units that we had, I remember seeing flashing blue lights behind me, and I remember hearing a siren. As soon as I heard the siren, Matt Sprinkles was the knock and announce guy. He started saying, "Police, open the door," or "Police, warrant, open the door." I can't remember his exact wording, but just loud. I mean, it was loud. It felt like forever when we were up there. It's not a good spot to be in. I hate standing in front of the door. Just felt like forever. I don't even want to put a time on it, maybe 30 seconds, longer than we normally would wait. No answer. The call was to breach. So I had somebody pass me up the Halligan tool, because there was a glass, almost French door in front of the house that we had to get through to get to the main front door. So I used the Halligan tool to pry open that glass door. It opened relatively easy. After the French doors were open, Mike Gibbons comes up with the ram. One hit right in the center of the door flies open. Moments after that, the call was to enter the residence. And
Daytime.
as soon as Matt goes in, I hear him say, "Oh shit," as he's turning to his left. He's saying, "Oh shit," and he's falling down. Just as that was happening, I hear a gunshot, and then at that time, I'm at the threshold of the door, and I look left, luckily, and I see two flashes from what I know is a muzzle flash, just due to what I've been around before, shooting wise, at the range and everything. I know what a muzzle flash is, and I see one aiming down towards Matt, and then there's a whole redirection on when it came up to me, and that's when I returned fire. And then after I shot, I felt something wasn't right in my foot, and I hopped back to the door where Troy caught me and escorted or helped me get to the truck, and we went to the hospital. And that was it.
Yeah. That's pretty much all that you can remember, or all you can.
Yeah. When I got to the truck, I handed my duty rifle and pistol off to my boss, and I told him I think I shot 3 to 4 times. And I told him suspect was down, and then we left to go to the hospital.
I have quite a few follow-up questions, and I understand. I think y'all did a great job on that. What did Matt Sprinkles, when you talk about Matt Sprinkles, was he first inside the threshold?
He was.
Okay. Do you remember how the lighting was inside the house?
Yeah. I remember as soon as I entered, it caught my eye that there was a light on down the hallway where the suspect was, and it was backlighting him almost. And when I entered the house, I could see the gun, and I'm pretty sure it was his right hand. It was either in his right hand or in both of his hands. It's a giant silver pistol, and it totally redirected. But yeah, with the light on in the house, there was no doubt that was a gun going off.
Do you know how far he was away from you?
When I took the shot, he was, if I had to guess, 15 to 20 feet. Just.
What was his stance? What was the guy who was shooting at you? What was his stance?
I guess call it a shooting stance. Just both arms up, kind of a little hunched over, just taking aim at us coming in.
So, and how many times do you think he fired before y'all returned fire, or before you returned fire?
I heard one when I was going through the door, and I saw 2 muzzle flashes. I don't remember hearing the muzzle or hearing the gunshots. I remember seeing the 2 flashes, one towards Matt and one towards me.
And then you like you said, you walked on in. You saw Matt dive or say, "Oh shit," or whatever he
Yep.
did, and then you engaged the threat, and he was standing up and pointing a weapon at you. Correct.
Correct.
And he's already fired at least 2 rounds, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and possibly 3 or however many after that, just whatever. And you saw muzzle flashes.
I heard one and saw 2 muzzle flashes.
Did you shoot? How many times do you think you shot?
3 to 4
3
is
to
what I
4.
told my boss.
How many do you carry in a mag?
Either 29 or 30, depending on.
Do you carry like 29 one chamber,
I don't. I kind of just load it
or
up.
30 and then one chamber 31? I mean, I'm asking here. I don't know what y'all's protocol is on it. And it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just trying to see how many times you shot.
I think I shot 3 to 4 times. I know it was a full mag, but I don't remember how many I loaded up. I keep my mags loaded in my vehicle, so.
Okay. During all of your training, I'm gonna go back to that in a minute. How many? You don't have to put an explicit number on it, but how many times have you done dynamic or these knocks with the ATF? Search warrants.
Enough to know that it
Like
isn't.
over 150, over 30.
Probably over 20, maybe. Probably around 20.
Different teams, same team. Usually
I've been inside of this Little Rock office since I graduated the academy, so it's only been this team. Different people have rotated in and out, but it's only been with the Little Rock office.
So, what was the nature for this? Was it a search warrant? Was it an arrest warrant? What?
It was a search warrant.
Search warrant? Do you know what for?
I believe, I never saw the warrant, but he was a firearms trafficker or dealing without a license. I forget what the actual warrant was for, but he was selling guns to felons.
During y'all's ops plan, did y'all have a picture of the guy?
We did.
Did you recognize him as the shooter during all this?
I didn't.
Not until afterwards?
I didn't even know it until afterwards. I just knew the guy was a gun and he was shooting at us.
Okay. Have you ever been involved in an officer-involved shooting?
No, sir.
Have you ever discharged your weapon in line of duty?
No, sir.
This is the first time?
It is.
Okay. So what were you feeling or thinking when you heard or saw Matt diving and then the rounds going off? What were you feeling?
I thought Matt was shot, and then I realized he was shooting at me. I was scared out of my mind. I mean, I've never been put in this type of situation. We thought this would be an easy search warrant, and we'd be out of there pretty quick, and he'd cooperate and everything, and it was supposed to be easy.
So, and you did not know, after he shot, you returned fire, you didn't know you were struck at the time?
No, I knew something was wrong with my foot. I wasn't sure if I stepped on glass or not. And then as I was only a couple feet inside the door, but after I hobbled back out, I knew something wasn't wrong. And I told Troy that I'm shot in the foot, and then that's when I went to the hospital.
Okay. When you shot at Mr. Malinowski, was it the first shot that you can recall, or was it after the volley? Was it a volley shot? It's like that you recall? Was it bam, 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 bam?
I believe so.
Okay.
I think it was pretty quick.
And then he fell. Tell me what he did.
He fell backwards, and the hook was down at that point.
Okay. And you're about 15 to 20 feet away that you're guesstimating
Yeah.
the threat was.
Yeah, he wasn't right up on us when I saw him shooting at us, but I'm pretty sure he was backing up, and I don't know what the room was. I never made it past the 3 feet into the house.
So was this during your ops plan? You said you was supposed to be the fourth guy, but you ended up being the second.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yep.
So that's not unusual in a dynamic situation because things change, environmental, threats, whatever, all that changes.
Yep.
But y'all work as a team.
Yep.
And you got each other's back. And so you ended up being the second.
Yeah.
And you felt like, of course, he was in danger, your partner, Matt.
Yeah, I thought
and
it was
the team,
shot.
and you,
Yep.
because you're in the threshold.
Yeah.
So, and is it a wooden door that y'all breached after the glass door? It was a wooden door?
Yeah, I think it was a double door that flung open. It all just happened so quick, but yeah, I know the glass door that I broke open was like a French door, I guess they call it. So I assume the one in the back was too, just the way it opened.
So since you ended up being the second one in, was there any voice commands that were being given as y'all breached the door into the door that you recall, or that you did, or that you can remember? Was there?
No, the shooting just started as soon as we.
So did y'all get a chance to say police, police, or
Just
ATF, or whatever y'all say? Did you get a chance to say that?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Just oh shit.
I heard Matt say, "Oh shit," and that's when the shots started, and that's when I stepped in.
Can you recall if anybody was saying police, police?
I can't recall. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, was it dark outside?
Yeah.
All right. So when you walk into was the threshold? I'm calling it threshold. Was the foyer? Was it lit? That you can recall?
I don't recall it being lit. I just recall the one light down the hallway behind the suspect.
Was your tack light on?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, there wasn't time.
Do you remember a female or anything being in there, or you pretty much?
The only person I saw was him.
Him. Okay.
I didn't
And then
see-
you were taken back out.
Yeah, after shooting happened and I realized I was shot, I was probably in that house. Felt like forever, but it was probably 5 seconds. I mean, it was that quick.
Mr. Sears, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Do you have anything that you want to add? Anything else you want to say that I did not ask you that you wish to say? Is there? I mean, that might be pertinent to this.
No, sir. I think you've asked all the questions that I've got in my mind.
Okay. So, Mr. Sears, and I'm going to ask you if there's any follow-up questions. I'll get with you, or I'll make contact with him to get with you.
Absolutely.
Okay. If we need any more follow-ups. But anyway, that's pretty much the gist and everything that I need for right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're going to conclude this at 10:44.